in Spain falls mainly on the plains.
Does it? Does it?
Trying to
Might
remember.
be too soon, but the plains in Spain fall mainly in Ukraine.
Oh, ow.
Wow.
And on that note, good evening, welcome to our Litany of Hate.
Hello, and welcome to the PGL Lobbycast, the official podcast of PregameLobby.com. It's episode 284. Today is August 2nd, 2014. And I have two very special guests with me today. Introduce yourselves.
Hello, my name is Wil.
My name is Erin.
And they've been on the show before. It's just been a long time.
It's been a while.
It's been since the MegaCast
Yeah,
It's been a while.
which has been a while, yes.
with Jackie and Matt and Lou and Laura and
Maybe even a Sam and Stacy.
Sam and Stacy and me and Jordan. And was that it? I think it was just 8 people.
Yeah.
Only 8 people.
only,
I know.
only 8.
Only
yeah.
8 people that
Pretty
day.
good show, though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's a lot better than the Geoff all by his onesies show. I will tell you that right now.
Well, we haven't gotten started yet.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
Let's wait on that.
Oh, Jordan said he rather enjoyed the Geoff by his onesies show. I'm going to continue to hold with... I'm not going to listen to it. And I'm positive that is terrible. So,
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm not quite crazy enough to be able to talk to myself for long periods of time on tape or whatever, on recording. I know that there are some very, very popular and successful podcasters that can do such things. I am not one of them.
I see.
Have you tried moving from chair to chair?
I have not, but if I'm ever forced into that situation again, I will definitely attempt that, and then I will have conversations with myselves.
See?
Plural.
Might work.
That could work.
You never know.
All right. Let's see. This show absolutely not brought to you by Shiner Bohemian Black Lager or by Pure Leaf Sweet Tea or by 7-Eleven or Diet Dr. Pepper?
Diet Coke.
Diet Coke. Okay.
Absolutely not. None of those.
Nope.
No,
Not at all.
not brought to you by any of those things.
Delicious.
Nor is it brought to you by this Gatorade bottle full of water. Or with water in it. It's not quite full. So.
But it is nuestro sabor.
It is limon pepino.
I think I know where you got that Gatorade.
I got it at 7-Eleven, sir.
Oh, I figured it was the Save-A-Lot across the street.
No. The Gatorades have spinach on it now. I mean Spanish.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Nuestro sabor. So that's a
New awesomeness? I don't know.
yeah, pretty much. And limon pepino is lime cucumber.
Huh.
I see.
It is my most favoritist of Gatorade flavors.
Good to know.
See?
Yeah.
And you didn't think this was going to be an educational show.
So much to learn. So much to learn. All right, let's go ahead and get some news out of the way. It's really kind of video game heavy this week, which is kind of odd, but whatever.
Yeah, no complaints.
No complaints. Diablo 3 saves, if you've been playing it on the PS3 or the 360. We've reported on this before that they were going to be transferable to the PS4, and now they're going to be transferable to the PS4 or to the Xbox One, and it doesn't matter. You can transfer your progress through Battle.net from the PS3 version to the Xbox One, or...
Oh, so just
Okay.
universal transfers.
Yeah, but... Almost. But, like, Xbox One characters will not transfer to PS4, and I'm not sure why. If it's all through Battle.net, it shouldn't matter.
That's strange. if
So
they
they're probably
specified.
just saying that.
Now, if you have a PC character, I'm assuming that will transfer over to your Xbox.
There was no mention of that, sir.
Oh, well, geez.
Well, geez, indeed, sir. Cheese and rice.
Cheese and rice.
Cheese and crackers.
Now I have no motivation to buy this for the Xbox One.
Right. It was good for the 360.
I enjoy the heck out of it. I still play the PC version once, now that I finally got it. It's quite enjoyable.
Oh, you know who else this podcast is not sponsored by? Hooters.
I forgot the big one, didn't
I'm still wearing my work shirt. So, anyway. Bad news for Nintendo. Their operating loss for the quarter one has doubled year over year from 2013.
I blame it on the Wii U.
Yeah, you can pretty much blame anything you want to on the Wii U. I blame your cold-hearted comment about planes in the Ukraine on the Wii U.
You didn't tell me we were alive. My bad.
Whoops.
But I haven't actually ever. And I got to be fair. I've never actually put my hands on a Wii U.
Have you ever felt the desire to put your hands on a Wii U?
No, I can't even claim that. And I'm happy with PlayStation 3s and PlayStation 4s, and I like Xboxes, and I like my Xbox One. I like PC gaming. But really, ever since the Nintendo 64, I don't even think I've looked cross-eyed at a Nintendo system.
The 64 was the last Nintendo system I owned. And I only owned it for about 2 weeks. Uh-huh. Because its flagship games at the time disappointed me greatly. And I just couldn't have it.
Fair enough.
I bought a used system and 2 used games. Castlevania and Zelda?
Mm-hmm, probably.
Okay.
It's Nintendo. It's either Zelda or Mario.
Yeah. Did not love it.
No.
Did not love it.
Fortunately, I was working at a video store at the time and had access to their systems and was able to play theirs and not have to make the mistake of buying one. Which
I was also working at a gaming store at the time. I made a mistake. Mistakes were made.
It happens.
It's
okay. It happens.
The first step to recovery is admitting.
Yeah, it only took me a couple hours to admit. It took me a couple weeks to actually
to move on to stage 2.
Return the system. Yeah.
Move on to stage 2, which is denial.
Yeah,
saying no.
EA has announced an exclusive little service for the Xbox One for now. It's actually kind of a nice little deal. You can pay $5 a month or $30 a year, and you get access to downloadable titles. They're not streaming. Downloadable games from their vault, which means older games. Okay. And then you also get early access to demos and discounts on digital titles and stuff like that.
DLC and whatnot, add-ons, expansions, all that good stuff.
But if you like Madden 25, I think that was on there. So it's a couple of Madden titles back, but it's free as part of your subscription. Okay. And that's like I said, that's only going to be available through the Xbox One. And it's not just sports titles; it's also some of their other published works. So
glad you clarified that.
Yeah, I could
completely zoned out.
I could hear that question.
You could hear both of us going, well,
who cares? And those that library games will only grow, of course.
Now, is it basically like are they doing it kind of as an emulator process, or are they reskinning things for the Xbox One? Have they mentioned anything like that? Is it kind of going to be 360 quality on the Xbox One?
I'm sure that's going to be the case. Okay. Unless they're porting over the PC versions, which is actually much easier than porting over the 360 versions.
Which would also make sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, swanky.
Something to check out. Maybe the other developers will follow suit.
I certainly hope so. I read at one point that something written to be played on Windows 8 really only takes a couple hours to convert it over to be playable on the Xbox One. Playable, not perfect,
not
but
perfect, but playable.
Playable. So, and then other Xbox One news: Neverwinter is coming to Xbox One. I don't know if either of you have tried this on the PC. It's a free-to-play Dungeons and Dragons.
I have not played the MMO, but I'm a big fan of Neverwinter Nights and Neverwinter Nights 2. Those are some of my all-time favorite PC games. So.
Bueno
indeed.
And then in the one bit of non-Xbox news, or Xbox or Nintendo news, I guess, Emily Hampshire has been selected to play the Brad Pitt's role in the television version of 12 Monkeys, because they're bringing it as a series.
Really?
Yeah. And so that character is now going to be a female character. And, you know, I would say even if she plays half the crazy that, say, Claire Danes does in Homeland, then, you know, she's still be in pretty good shape.
Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. I think Brad Pitt really did an amazing job in the first one.
That's why I'm trying not to compare her to Brad Pitt, because he was Brad Pitt.
Yeah. He was really good.
Yeah.
Really, really good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But, I mean, you see bits and pieces or mannerisms of that character later on in Fight Club, in Burn After Reading. You see little bits of that.
Sure.
And I think they were his take on that role was unique, and I hope she doesn't try to go after that, because that would be a mistake, I think.
Right.
She's got to create her own brand of crazy.
Which should be manageable.
Exactly. I'm sure she can do it.
Yeah. And I'm not familiar with her. Hopefully she does a great job.
When is that supposed to hit, and what channel is that supposed to be on? Because I honestly haven't heard anything about it.
I think it's this fall.
This fall, okay.
But I don't know channel. So
I wonder if it's going to be a new flagship for AMC or...
Maybe.
Stay tuned. We might
Stay tuned.
find out more in the future.
We may.
We may not.
We may not. You never know.
In a couple months, we'll be like, hey, there's this new show out. I think it's called 12 Monkeys, something about a movie, and no Brad Pitt.
Something about 12 Monkeys.
Something about 12 Monkeys.
I don't know.
Nobody seems to care. But that'll be interesting to see. I'm trying to think back, and I remember enjoying the film, but I honestly, other than Brad Pitt being crazy, I don't think I remember a whole lot about it.
I think it's impressive that you've achieved a level of crazy where your director is so creeped out by your performance that he makes you wear brown contacts over your actual blue eyes because your eyes are creeping him out so much.
Yes. See, that had Bruce Willis in it, and what was the female lead's name?
Madeline Stowe, I believe.
Madeline Stowe, that's right. I always have to forget somebody's name when we're recording.
That's
Today
why
was her.
I looked to her, because she has IMDb stored actually in her head.
Oh, good. That's helpful.
Awesome.
It's helpful.
Fantastic.
We need you here on the show to always
It was her.
Hang on.
Yeah, Madeline Stowe. You jerk. How could you forget her?
How could you?
So you guys have any news? Besides general happiness and jealousy of not getting to punch Justin Bieber in the face?
Yeah, and I know we always strive to be topical here, but really, I got to say I'm proud of Orlando. Good for him.
Yeah, we previously had that discussion, and we're basically saying that as a human being, you have to have reached or descended, I guess, to a certain level when you're the one that got punched in the face and the manager of the restaurant throws you out for getting punched in the face. So that just kind of warmed the cockles of my heart a little bit. What can I say?
Cockles, even.
Yeah.
Nice. As far as other news, some only few things that I've seen on the web have been mostly Destiny related, obviously, with the close of the Destiny beta.
Mm-hmm.
It's been pretty sweet. Looking forward to that one.
Yep.
Some secret levels and other goodness that people much more enterprising in the beta have managed to find than myself. I was happy if I could find a teammate. So, or hear a teammate as I look pointedly at Geoff. I found out what it was, though. It was a actual issue with the beta for Xbox One Party Chat. And there was a fix for it that we never discovered.
I don't know about any fix, but I had been talking to my party all night until you joined.
I know.
And then...
I know. Blame me. Blame the new guy. That's fine. I got it.
Just throwing that out there.
I'm going to set this here.
It worked with everyone, but you.
Me.
Nice.
Awesome.
I can rarely get game chat to work on any Xbox One game. Like Battlefield 4. Oh. If I wasn't in a party, I never heard a single person say a word.
Yeah, but that may not be the best comparison, because my experience with the massive shooters like that is that...
You don't want to hear them anyway?
Well, yeah. Unless you're dealing with the 9-year-olds that are playing after hours on their parent systems, calling you every name in the book, most of which I'm pretty sure that they don't actually know what they mean. Or you're playing with a bunch of people that just don't talk to each other, because why would we ever want to communicate and develop strategies? Nope. I'm on a soapbox.
I talk into the
Just
microphone anyway, and nobody answers.
Oh,
so
no.
I'm hoping they can't hear me. But I also think that if they could hear me, at some point they'd say, "Dude, shut up." But that hasn't happened.
Maybe the ultimate test would be to sit there with like a cookbook and just be like, add 1 pound of minced carrots and see if anybody actually picks up on what.
Read a brownie recipe, see what it gets you.
The SNL sweaty balls skit.
Sweaty ball sketch. Nice.
Free sweaty ball sack with
the sweaty wiener.
Yeah.
The
sweaty wiener follow up.
Yep. Yeah. All right. So if that brings us to the end of the news, let's go ahead and get into the weekly Whatchas. Erin, what have you been listening to this week? Or for whatever period of time. Nobody will know any difference.
That's very true. Actually, it's actually not what I'm listening to now. It's what I will hopefully be listening to in the very near future.
All right.
The Darkness.
I'm listening.
Yes, The Darkness on their official website has actually said that there will be new music coming out very soon. So
very exciting.
My little darkness-loving heart is happy at that prospect, I have to say.
And that's a good thing for you, because this is probably the closest band to come anywhere near your ultimate musical love, which is Queen. So
that's very true.
Soon.
Yes, hopefully soon. Make a gal happy.
And that means more touring. So.
Let's
not say soon in the relative sense, but soon as in very near future.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes.
Because soon, there are a bunch of Xbox One features that were marketed as soon that have still not been out. And we're coming up on a year of the system.
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, let's not go with the Microsoft definition of soon in any sense.
Right.
No.
Right. Let us not do that. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the big news in my musical world. Is
why do you not listen to music?
I do. I just don't listen to a lot of new music. So
it doesn't matter. Okay. You don't have to listen to music.
Something else.
I've listened to Adele. I've listened to Mika. I've listened to the Scissor Sisters.
See, there you go.
So
was that all at your brother's house?
Yeah, my sister would have punched me in the face if I put on any of that in her house, basically. So,
what does she listen to?
Ani DeFranco.
Angry
lesbian music. Yeah.
You should tell her to break the stereotype. Maybe she should listen to Justin Bieber.
Oh, nice.
Oh, no, nobody needs to listen to that. Nobody needs.
You almost said that with a straight face, which was really awesome.
I made it all the way to the end, but that was as far as I could.
Yeah, that was as far as you could do.
Yeah,
No, okay.
I could not roll with that at all. Willem?
Let's see. Most recently, I've actually had kind of an eclectic blend. Yesterday, I started off with Black Sabbath and moved quickly into Handsome Boy Modeling School, which is a odd little hip-hop duo.
How do you find yourself listening to a band with that name for the first time?
I honestly don't know.
You're honestly not willing to admit.
Actually, if you want me to draw the line of correlations...
Okay,
so in the mid-'90s, there was a kind of techno-pop band out of Ireland called Moloko.
Yes,
Their
I'm familiar.
Hit single here in the United States was Fun for Me. The female vocalist for Moloko is, and I'm probably going to butcher the Gaelic spelling and pronunciation of her name, but her name is Roisin Murphy,
who
had a solo career, who then got picked up to do a single track with Handsome Boy Modeling School's album So How's Your Girl, called The Truth, and it happens to be a really, really phenomenal track. So, in my explorations of alternative musical procurement methods, I discovered the rest of the band.
Okay.
So.
No, that makes sense. I have a somewhat similar story as to how I ended up with a Kimbra album.
Okay. Kimbra via Gautier.
But here's the thing, because I didn't have a whole lot of radio in my life, and still don't. I actually got to the original someone that I used to know because I knew the Walk Off the Earth cover of that song, and the cover took me to the original, and Kimbra is the female vocal on the Gautier album, and that took me to there, and I was like, oh, I'm sure I'll like it. I'll go ahead and pay that $5 for the digital version. Well,
not so good.
Not so much.
She has a great voice.
Okay.
Her music is much too poppy for my taste.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yes. So
there's been a whole host of other things. I basically had the laptop where in my office just playing stupid iTunes Genius lists for 10 hours at a stretch. So
does it do pretty good job with your taste in music?
Yeah, I have to change it up every now and then because it kind of starts.
Now, is it playing from your collection or is it playing from their? It
is my collection. I've had my laptop with me at work.
Okay, so it's telling you what music you like out of music you already own.
Correct.
It's not really a genius,
right? It's kind of more of a savant. You like Black Sabbath? That must mean you like Megadeth. I play Megadeth next. Oh, you like Megadeth? I play
Black Sabbath.
It's not. I'm not a smart program.
But I know what music is.
Yeah. I'll give it that. It does a good job. It doesn't play any of my spoken word albums or my comedy albums or anything else like that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
See, that's good.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Although my Xbox Music doesn't do that either.
Which is good.
Also good. I would love to find my Zune HD. It's been missing for 3 or 4 months. I don't know where it is at all.
No ideas where it was lost at all?
I did not know it was lost until I could not find it. So
yeah.
Ouch.
There's really no telling.
Yeah.
I can't find it.
That sucks.
Thing. Yeah.
I just miss my Zune.
Yeah, in general.
Yeah.
Do you know
sad panda the day that died.
Xbox Music on a Windows phone lets you do podcasts through it.
Oh,
The iTunes or the iPhone and Android versions do not let you do that.
interesting.
Yeah. Only in an irritating way, though.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. What have you been listening to?
I've been listening to Slow Club, and that's not a style.
Okay.
That is
Thank you
the
for
name of the
That is
band.
the band.
I could see the question forming
It
again.
was there.
It was there.
Fanfarlow, Lightspeed Champion, Bombay Bicycle Club, and then, as always, at the gym, I've been listening to Nitzareb Radio because that's my angry white boy workout music.
That's good to have.
It brings up a lot of really cool stuff.
Good.
And it's brought up some really cool cover music
Interesting.
from, the German industrial style era bands. So,
Huh.
Like,
Okay.
the Bauhaus area or the Frontline Assembly area.
it doesn't get quite into either of those. It's I'll have to show you at some point. You'll recognize the bands, but it's definitely Xbox Music stays pretty true to that very specific style of music.
Okay.
And those are on the fringes, leaning out towards
Correct.
other styles.
Correct.
So,
yes.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, so that's been fun. I always enjoy that as my workout music. At some point, I'll switch back over and listen to some podcasts during that time. But the podcasts I listen to don't come out on a regular basis. Not like this one.
No.
This
no.
one is nearly as regular as clockwork. So every single week for 284 weeks.
Yeah.
Since the day we said, hey, let's try this.
Let's try doing this.
That was episode 1.
And here we are.
And here we are. Okay, let's get to what you watching. Erin, what you watching?
Well, Mythbusters is back on for their newest season. Yay! Face Off is back on for their newest season.
Yep.
Is that movie makeup type stuff? What is that?
Yes.
Special effects? Or actual practical effects, I guess it would be.
They did do practical effects in the first season a fair amount, and must not have been a big fan favorite because they've pretty much almost completely moved away from that. It's
So what
all
do they do now?
fantasy-driven horror characters, things like that.
Oh, okay.
Definitely still heavy focus on movie makeup and movie prosthetics.
Absolutely.
But definitely have moved away from some of the more gimmicky stuff.
Yeah, and like you said, it just not as much realism. There was a lot of that season 1, and don't see it so much anymore. But it's always interesting to see what the contestants come up with, and they have a new judge this season, so we'll see how that works out.
Yep.
Okay.
Those are the two big new ones.
Going to find myself watching more reality television this year.
Yeah.
Because, let's see here. Cassie is going to be on a ranching reality show.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mythica is going to be on a body painting show.
I do think I just saw commercials for that. The one hosted by Rebecca Romaine?
Yeah, it's that one.
Okay, yes. I was just telling Will about that one on the way over here, actually.
And this girl I went to high school with, she's going to be on Diva Wars of Dallas.
Interesting.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so 3 people I know are going to be on shows this year or
Nice.
going into
Wow.
spring semester. Yeah,
That's amazing. What are the odds of that?
I don't know. There are more. Chris from Fanimate was on one of the kind of like Face Off. I don't know which one it was. It was like makeup and body art type show. He was on one of those. He wasn't a contestant. He was actually like an exhibitor of sorts.
Okay.
And my friend Nikki was on Bad Girls Club. And but that was back in season 3. I don't know what season they're on now.
No idea.
There is a 6th person I know that is or was recently on reality television. So
Interesting. That is impressive.
it's like, why do I know 6 people who have been on reality TV? Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm
kind of intrigued, actually.
Yeah. So,
And Face Off, Mythbusters.
No movies?
Well, yeah, a few. We just went and saw Lucy with Scarlett Johansson in the theaters.
I wanted to go see that yesterday, but I didn't make it.
As did I.
It was interesting. I like that director's stuff. Wasn't quite what I expected it to be, but then again, when is it with Luke? So
Yeah.
it's definitely interesting and worth a look, I think.
Good.
Cool.
Yeah. William?
Definitely getting caught up on Mythbusters, getting caught up on Face Off. Erin neglected that we've been on a Joe Kenda homicide hunter bender.
I did neglect that one.
What is that?
Joe Kenda is a retired Colorado Springs homicide detective. His claim to fame, or so the show says, that he solved almost 400 homicides over the span of his career. So it's kind of a highlight series with some kind of dramatic reenactments of the various crimes in and around Colorado Springs.
Indeed.
So, but it's a well-done show.
You would not have guessed that this much stuff has happened in Colorado Springs, but apparently it has.
And he has the real refined, sardonic, retired cop wit. It's always good for a chuckle. Always good.
Absolutely. Some people should note that Geoff's forehead actually hit his microphone just now.
It's
a good show. It's
well
done.
If only the microphone could pick up the melting away of my smile.
I think that's what the camera's for.
That's what that is for. We're also lamenting the news that Penny Dreadful apparently will not, and perhaps you guys have heard differently, but Penny Dreadful's not going to be back until 2015 was the rumor I heard.
Sad.
Which made me very sad.
I'm
that
sad.
makes sense because it was a spring series. So
it I know it makes sense. It makes absolute sense.
It's just that's too far away.
It is way too far away. So therefore, I'm sad.
And the reason why I'm particularly sad about the loss of Penny Dreadful until 2015 is that this is the only series to date that you and I have successfully managed to sit down and complete.
It's true.
So we couldn't finish Dexter. We haven't finished The Walking Dead.
There's
we haven't even started Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad may do better for you. There's really no reason to go through all of Dexter.
No, it's good to know.
I mean,
that's yes, kind of what I heard. Yeah.
Yes, there are good parts, and yes, you needed to have watched at least some of it because of your love of serial killers. So, you don't have to watch it all. The last season was awful.
I've heard pretty mixed, leaning towards negative reviews of the last season. So,
they had the opportunity.
Probably okay.
in a show that at many points was not afraid to go for it. They had a great opportunity to just go crazy with this last season, and it was boring.
That's too bad.
It's a shame.
Now there were, some gotcha moments.
True.
But have you watched any of the last season?
No.
Okay.
I watched the first 2 seasons.
I was just talking about the last season. There were some gotcha moments, but mostly it was just bad. Bad writing. The acting wasn't even all that great.
Okay.
But hey, season 2, I was all right with because Lila is like most of every girl I've ever dated in my life.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I can say to that.
Good to know.
Yep.
Apparently, I need to get caught up on season 2.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah. Let's see. Otherwise, other than the TV series,
See, Doctor Who.
we've been working our way through Doctor Who. I think we're finally up to the Matt Smith 11th Doctor, 10th Doctor,
11th Doctor, in preparation for the new Doctor that is coming our way very soon. Yay!
Yeah, that's true.
I just couldn't
New
do
Doctor.
it. I couldn't do Doctor Who.
Well, you also did not, I'm going to have to say, you did not get spectacular advice on where to jump into this either.
But it wasn't from one person. I had heard that from at least 10 people, that if you're going to watch an episode, to watch Blink.
Which I don't understand. I don't understand even... I'm not saying that's a bad episode. It's a really interesting episode. To my mind, it would be a horrible place to jump into Doctor Who if you're not familiar with it and haven't seen it.
I also am mostly allergic to camp.
Yeah,
There is some camp.
then there is some camp, so you might...
I had a
an
really
And
hard
British
time
camp.
with Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that I never watched that.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into Buffy at all.
Yeah.
I loved Firefly. We all loved Firefly. We're all still angry that Firefly is not on the air. We all still want to punch Fox in the throat. But
You have a very broad definition of we all.
yeah, that's true.
Because I
Internet fandom rise.
I never got it. I watched Firefly. I watched the movie. I just it's like I don't understand the diehard fandom.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Fair enough.
It was really good.
I almost kind of get the impression, honestly, with Firefly, that there was not a lot of middle ground, gray area with that with people. You either really, really enjoyed it or you just flat out didn't get it. I've never heard anybody say, yeah, it was all right, or it was okay. I've never heard that at all, honestly.
Well, I didn't hate it, but that is my assertion that it was okay.
No, okay. So you're the exception.
My favorite
You're
part.
You're unique. You're unique. You.
Unique. My favorite part was that Willow? No. Joan from Mad Men.
Oh, yeah. Christine Hendricks' character.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, she was fantastic. Why am I?
Mel's wife.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I can't remember her name
Okay,
either.
yeah.
But yeah, she was.
But she did have a name kind of like that.
Yeah, she did. Absolutely.
Willow's the dark-haired girl, right? Oh no, what was her name? River.
Yeah.
Sorry.
River, Willow,
I don't know. It was a
Mountaintop.
name kind of like that.
Yeah, it was. I know.
So
Yeah.
Aspen.
Yeah, she was fantastic.
yeah,
Start throwing out random tree names.
yeah, and she seemed a lot shorter in the TV show than or in Firefly than she does in Mad Men. She seems really tall in Mad Men. Do you think she just has giant heels on in Mad Men all the time?
It could be they I honestly don't know. It could be very well be giant heels. Giant heels were definitely a style in that era. But
Gorgeous woman.
oh,
Yes.
yeah, she's absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Truly.
No makeup in Firefly. Lots of makeup in Mad Men.
In Mad Men.
Just as gorgeous either way.
Either way.
Just
yeah.
yeah.
Yep. Either.
All right with that.
Let's see, real quick for movies for me. We'll. I know we've sidetracked a couple of times here, but
That's
I
fine.
watched,
That's what this show is all about.
it really is. That's why we like
We could call it the Sidetrack Show.
the segue.
The segue.
The segue.
I watched Homefront, Jason Statham, and James Franco. Actually,
I have not seen that one.
it's a fairly entertaining little film. Jason Statham's always fun to watch. He plays the same character in everything he does, and it's a good character. It's a good character to watch. Slightly more lines of dialogue than I think he has in the Transporter movies, so moving up a little bit.
But
James Franco as good as Louisiana white trash sleaze as you would expect James Franco to be.
Is that like roughly his character in Spring Breakers also?
I haven't seen that one. couldn't tell you.
Okay. I've only seen the trailers for Spring Breakers.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything about it.
Okay.
Nope. Sorry.
If
No
he
help there.
plays a meth cook by the name of Gator in Spring Breakers, then yes, it'll be pretty much the same character.
It's got to be. It's got to be somewhere between that and...
The Goblin from Batman?
Yeah, I don't know.
Too far? Too far?
Too
out?
far.
Okay.
Too far.
I watched Snitch with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, which was incredibly mediocre. And I think the guy from the first season of Walking Dead that isn't the sheriff, or is the other sheriff?
Shane?
Shane, yes.
Okay.
I think he
Yeah.
is that.
Jonathan something or other, I think is the actor's name.
Yeah, sounds
know.
right.
Sorry, I'm going to have to fail you there. I haven't committed the cast of Walking Dead to the Rolodex yet.
Yeah, we'll give you some time. I watched Elysium, which I really enjoyed. And
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It really did kind of seem like a sequel to
District 9.
District 9, yeah.
It was good, though.
Yeah.
Good sequel.
What they do, he does such a great job with his robots.
Yeah.
Like,
His creatures are fantastic. His creations are fantastic.
yeah,
His sci-fi is really well done.
I totally believe in his robots.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, yes, that's more than likely what military robots would look like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice.
And finally, I watched Gangster Squad.
Remind me of who was in that? I think I've seen it.
Emma Stone, the guy from Driver.
I didn't watch this one with you, so I don't know who's in it either.
He's that handsome blonde guy from Driver.
I haven't seen Driver, so I can't help you out with that one.
This is after I've talked you up as being
I know.
the living IMDb. You're
Really
just
bad timing. I apologize.
Absolutely letting me down.
I'm
I keep
not
wanting to
up on
say, I believe Giovanni Ribisi was in it.
Okay. I have not seen this one.
Who was the lead in the third MIB?
Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin was in there.
Oh,
Nick Nolte was in it.
okay. Now,
Okay.
the one I saw did have Josh Brolin in it, so maybe I just kind of...
I think Emma Stone was the female lead. Sean Penn played...
I may have omitted some of those people from my memory of the movie.
Sean Penn played Mickey Cohen. Did a fantastic turn as a Chicago Jewish gangster. Mickey Cohen did a great job.
Okay. I did see that one.
It's got a good cast, decent story. Basically, 1949 L.A. War against Mickey Cohen from the L.A. police detectives. Good film.
Cool.
Enjoyable.
Good.
Yep, that is the one I was thinking of, and I definitely have seen it.
And that's it for me. That's a lot, I know. I'm impressed with myself, actually. Normally I'm like, I saw SpongeBob.
Actually, you should be, because normally the answer you get out of this guy for "Have you seen that?" is parts of it.
Parts of it.
So we should be. We're all very proud that he completed that many movies.
4 movies. It's a good month.
Okay,
It's a very good month.
so if you guys were able to make it through Penny Dreadful, I would say that the other show you should give a shot would be Hannibal.
Okay.
It's an NBC show,
Yes, I've heard
but
very
still,
good things.
Pretty amazing stuff.
And
It is a psychological thriller.
that I've heard
throughout.
wonderful things about. And I'm a huge Eddie Izzard fan, and I've heard his turn in that show is extremely interesting. So
It is. True
okay,
story.
That might be the next thing we need to work on.
Yeah.
We'll check it out.
Yes.
Yeah, if it, yeah, but it's got that same kind of thing. It's kind of dark. Hannibal is oddly enough more gory than most television shows that you'll like, even cable shows that
Really?
you will encounter.
Okay.
It's disturbing.
As you might expect.
Network shows have a hard time doing disturbing, but
Yep.
Hannibal is very well done, and it also does that thing where sometimes they get a little artsy so as to not make sense sometimes.
Okay.
So
And we also really love Twin Peaks, so this might be right up our alley.
True.
Yeah, and it's done for the sake of, I would say, character development, or putting the audience and putting in the audience in the character's experience, and also like to visually just trip you out a little bit.
Cool.
So
Okay.
Interesting. Very cool.
It's very well done. And I will hold to my opinion that Mads Mikkelsen is a better Hannibal Lecter than Anthony Hopkins.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's high praise.
That's very high praise.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to give that a look.
I would say, in much the same way that Heath Ledger was a better Joker than Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, but that's an easy one.
Well, but it wasn't at the time.
Very
No,
true.
Now
yeah, it was still easy.
Yeah, take yourself back and remember.
Take yourself back. Everybody was in love with Jack Nicholson as the Joker, and
Absolutely.
he was the Joker.
Yeah.
That was it.
And there.
Popular opinion, sure, but
Yeah.
in my mind, as much as I enjoyed Jack Nicholson as the Joker, Heath Ledger really
was
got
menacing.
to the essence of the Joker. Which
Yeah.
is, he's just a pure agent of entropy, whereas Jack Nicholson was in a purple suit dancing to Prince. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah.
it's apples and oranges. There's no comparison between them.
True. I mean, like you said, Heath Ledger was frightening. Jack Nicholson, not so much.
Jack Nicholson, you're like,
Right.
oh, hey.
So it was fantastic for what it was, but Heath Ledger's performance had teeth.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I mean, that's just the difference between Tim Burton and anything else. Tim Burton
enough.
still always has to have that element of whimsy, even with The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
True.
True story. Let's see. Oh, I hadn't even started my list. I was like, where was I in my list?
Haven't started
At the
your list
beginning.
yet.
That's where I was on my list.
It was right here.
I've been watching the second season, or second series, of Utopia.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty great. It's a pretty
Yeah?
awesome show.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
It also falls right in line with what I was just saying about Hannibal and
Good.
stuff
Sure.
like that.
All right.
Yeah. Tyrant, which I'm really enjoying. It's about this guy who, after leaving Middle Eastern country,
Yes.
because of the brutality there, and he didn't want to be part of the family business, which was ruling the country. He goes back for a wedding and finds himself thoroughly embroiled in said family business.
I see.
I've seen
but
the commercials, the previews for that. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Not all the acting is great, but I really like the main character. He
Okay.
does a really great job.
Nice.
And his American wife and his kids. So they're all there, and it's kind of interesting seeing that, from that side. And he's trying to do good and dial back his family's legacy of like bad behavior,
Okay.
I guess,
Okay.
like murder and rape and all that kind of stuff.
The usual stuff.
Trying to come on back from that.
Let's step on back
Let's
here.
dial it down a notch.
Let's take a look at
Let's
this.
let's help the people.
Yeah.
Let's do that. I know.
No.
I know. So there's that. I've been getting caught up on Family Guy.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
it had been a long time. I knew it was silly, and I knew that they were going to bring him back, but I stopped watching when they killed Brian.
Fair enough.
So,
I think I've missed about 4 seasons leading up to that moment.
right, but you're familiar with the fix because Stewie has access to time travel.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, he always has. Whether things get broken or lost or whatever, he has the
Yes.
technology.
Yep.
He can rebuild them.
Right. And the Wil Wheaton Project. I
We've seen
enjoy
a
that.
couple of those,
Yeah, that's a fun one.
I've been enjoying that. So, because I like
Yes,
Wil
indeed.
Wheaton.
Who doesn't?
I liked
How
his
can you not?
podcast, but he recorded. I think it's a done deal now, but he recorded it so rarely that just kept you waiting for more.
And he did not deliver.
He did not deliver. Now he's delivering in the
Now he
form of a
does.
television show.
So now it's all good.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
Did you prefer the podcast over the TV show?
Well, occasionally he would read from his books in
Oh.
there, and it's kind of cool to listen to him read his own stuff.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah. I feel like I would probably like that guy.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. So,
Well, and his cameos or appearances, they're more than cameos, really, on The Big Bang Theory are always a lot of fun. So,
I like Wil Wheaton as Wil Wheaton.
yeah, absolutely.
And I don't even think that's evil Wil Wheaton. I think it's just Wil Wheaton.
Yeah.
He was evil Wil Wheaton on Felicia Day's, her little video cast, The Guild.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
Yep.
Did not see that,
Did
but
he pop in with a goatee?
And was inexplicably sweaty at all times.
at all times.
Thank you, original Star Trek. Your legacy
Yeah.
lives on.
Lives on.
Yeah. It's like, how did identify them as at the very least something being off? Because they were wearing a sheen of sweat and black shoe polish in any facial hair that they had. Hey, look, it's the evil version.
It's evil Spock. It's evil Shatner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Nobody could tell the difference between evil and regular Sulu.
It's true.
There is only
There-
evil
there is
Sulu.
There's only evil Sulu.
I think that's about it. I did watch Under the Skin in preparation for going to see Lucy, which came
yeah.
out in theaters. I watched Under the Skin that had just left theaters and just went on to Redbox
Okay.
onto video.
How was it? It looked
Um,
really interesting.
Stupid artsy movie.
Oh, darn. Okay.
It's very quiet, long stretches of just scenes.
Okay.
All right.
And the whole point of it is that it's supposed to be from the alien's point of view, like her experience or its experience as a her,
Okay.
as it's going around and capturing men, presumably for food.
Okay.
Which should be interesting.
Right.
And they managed to make it not interesting?
Picture The Cell with a quarter of the budget.
And no Vincent D'Onofrio to kind of pick it up a little
really
bit?
Vincent
Correct.
D'Onofrio is what made The Cell,
Ugh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
because I
Darn.
still can't believe J-Lo is a child psychologist.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah. No, it doesn't.
What was Denise Richards' thing in James Bond? Dr. Snow was something or other.
Yeah.
Something
Christmas
terrible.
Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Vince Vaughn is a tired-looking cop.
Just saying you
Yeah.
look a little tired.
Just seems
that's
a
all.
little tired,
With
that's
the change in upper management, I have wrested control of the merch purchasing at
all.
work,
Nice.
and there is a Hooters shirt that looks like a Big Bang Theory type shirt, and it has like atoms.
Yeah.
They go around it and it says, "It's not rocket surgery."
Nice.
No. Needless to say, you purchased these?
Oh, they're on the list.
Excellent.
I'm filtering in new product every so often to always keep the supply fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So there's generally going to be, if you haven't been buying a little bit, there's going to be something new for you to see in the merchandise. It's
good.
it's the better way to do it.
Yeah.
Right. Because it makes sense.
So,
Because it makes sense.
well, it's my way of doing it. I'm not saying it's better. It's different, and
It's okay.
I prefer it.
Say that it's better.
No,
You're
it's
allowed to take ownership of this.
yeah, whatever. So, yeah. So that's what I've been watching. I had planned to have seen either Lucy or Guardians of the Galaxy by now, but it didn't work out. Timing was off.
True. Well, in Guardians of the Galaxy, we haven't seen it yet either, but I had the pleasure of being in Disneyland a few days ago, and they are running an extended sneak preview, or were before the movie came out, with 3D and surround sound, and actually complete with water effects that actually sprayed you in the face when water splashed through.
Yeah,
and I have to say, this movie looks a lot of fun.
yeah, it really does.
So,
And it's getting pretty solid reviews.
Yep.
I did not expect that.
Cool.
Not expect that.
And apparently people like Bradley Cooper voicing Rocket. A couple of the reviews that I've read indicated that it may
everybody
be,
likes Bradley Cooper.
Well, yeah, but they're saying that maybe this is Bradley Cooper's best performance. Take that as you will.
You're just going to leave it here and walk away?
He's voicing a 3-foot-tall animated raccoon.
I can't believe...
I'm just setting this here. Y'all discuss.
I cannot believe that the script itself supports the best performance ever.
Yeah, there's probably that.
To be fair, I think the same critic or the same article also commended Vin Diesel's voice acting for the character of Groot, which, as I recall, has...
No, I could see that it's his best performance yet.
Come on. He's good as Riddick.
Yeah, but he's not award nominated or award winning.
No. He was great in Band of Brothers. Or not Band of Brothers. Saving Private Ryan. It's fantastic. Did a great job.
A small part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see him in Find Me Guilty. I don't know if that was any good.
It was interesting. And it's one of those things
We already had hair in that one.
Yeah, I have to admit, the hair wasn't even that it looked bad. It just threw me off that he had hair. I'm so used to him.
Took you out of the experience.
It did a little bit, actually. He had hair in a suit. It was really strange, but it was actually an interesting film. If you want to give it a look, I actually just watched that about a week ago. So
I own a physical copy of that. It was left over from the store or something.
Okay, yeah, give it a look.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get into the final part of the Weekly Whatchas. Whatches? What you playing?
All right, I'm playing Child of Light. It is an Xbox One
Right. Arcade title.
Yes,
yeah.
arcade title.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. Normally, just the style of the side scrollers takes me out of the experience a little bit. I'm a little bit of a snob that way, and I don't know why. But I'm really enjoying this one. It has a really interesting look. It's just an interesting storyline, all around good work. I also, speaking of Xbox One titles, just started Guacamelee. also an arcade title.
Also a side scroller.
Yes, and I'm enjoying that one also.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting.
Yeah.
The size of the character and whatnot reminds me of Hercules on the Sega Genesis.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah, it kind of does. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, that's reaching. Okay, yeah. I was like, that's reaching back a little bit, but yeah, no, that I can definitely see that now that you say it.
Yep.
Would not have occurred to me on its own, but now that you've said it, I agree.
Yeah. Yeah, I liked it. I don't know if I talked about it on the show, but I definitely played it. It must have been probably 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
But yeah, I think I have a few achievements from that. So.
Yeah. And the one other thing that I've been working on, speaking of reaching back a little bit, and I fully admit I'm still up in the air as to whether or not this is worth the effort and inevitable frustration, I'm
What,
lacking.
are you playing Daggerfall?
Oh,
Zing!
yeah. No. Good question, though. I went back to Silent Hill HD
Okay.
to see if I could
For
get
the
the
Xbox
for the
360.
Xbox 360 they're bringing that up to date, which is excellent and not so excellent all at the same time. A lot of other people have already dedicated some time on the internet to talking about that, so I won't get into it. But there's
What was your opinion?
it was really great to see it in higher definition where they kind of cleaned it up, and those are some of my all-time favorite games. It was great to be able to go back to them on a different system. They also made a couple of choices that I flat out don't understand. One of the main ones is they got different voice actors.
Oh. Han
And-
Solo stepped on Jabba's tail.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And it would have been a strange choice anyway. What made it because for somebody like me that played the old ones, the crap out of the old ones, it's
Incessantly.
yeah. There was almost an intervention, just so everybody out there knows. These two guys can back me up on that. It's very jarring for somebody that played the old ones, and I'm sure it's jarring for someone playing the new ones too, because they didn't sync them very well. Yeah, the new ones are actively out of sync.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Now, this isn't a huge problem on I believe on Silent Hill 2. It's not a huge problem because you were given the option of either the original voices or the new voices, so you can just go back to the original voices when you realize how bad the new ones are.
Right.
You got no such option on the third one.
Oh.
So you had to deal with the out-of-sync new voices the entire game.
Why would they re-record the audio?
I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And
They must have lost the original master recordings or something.
yeah, like I said, they still had them for Silent Hill 2, but for Silent Hill 3,
Actually,
it
those are
wasn't.
in CD audio. They would have been able to extract them from a retail copy.
Probably came down to money.
Maybe, but
Yeah.
it was just such an odd choice, and I guess especially with Silent Hill 3, because one of the fun little facts about the voices in Silent Hill 3, one of the main characters, Vincent, was voiced by one of the Silent Hill 3 creators. They even modeled the character on his face and body. If you look at a picture of that, and I don't remember his name, if you look at a picture of him next to the Vincent character, he's
Clearly
the same guy.
Yeah.
And he actually voiced that character in Silent Hill 3, in the original voices. He even did one of the voices in Silent Hill 4, even though his team, they were still involved. The Room, yes. So, I don't know, all around it didn't make a lot, it wasn't a choice that made a lot of sense to me, but it was nice to be able to go back to them and see them cleaned up. And
cool.
yeah. But there's a few hardcore achievements on Silent Hill 2, the HD version, that I don't know if it's worth the effort, but I'm debating going back and trying for them. Brick has already actively discouraged me from this endeavor, but we'll see. So,
All right.
we'll see. William?
Wilhelm?
Well, I have been, on the Xbox One, I just picked up August's Games for Gold. So, Crimson Dragon and Strike Suit Zero. I played Strike Suit Zero for about 30 minutes last night, and it's entertaining.
It's free.
It's free. It's free. It's entertaining. We'll see if it lasts for me to play through it.
And what was the free game on 360?
Some Motocross Mayhem thing.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I don't have to worry about downloading that one because it's motocross. So touched that one. I haven't touched Crimson Dragon yet. I've played through Guacamelee. Very enjoyable game. In fact, I think I pretty much nailed it in one sitting.
Yeah, I think you did.
Good 14-hour stretch.
Wow.
I was motivated that day.
Yes, he was.
Wow.
Really, for the Xbox One, I have been playing the ever-loving crap out of Dead Rising 3.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Been slaying zombies left and right. Picked up some of the DLC for it. Been playing through the DLC packs for it.
Was that one of the free ones?
No, I actually paid cash monies. For
I
the
feel like
DLCs. If it was free, I missed it. 'Cause
Okay.
I paid for it.
okay. Okay.
But I'm really enjoying it.
I think maybe it's on the 360 that it was free at one point.
May have been.
Okay.
Every now and then I keep thinking.
I think it was 2 though.
That's what I was about
Those
to
were
say.
free.
I think that
Yeah,
at
those
least
were
free. Two and
two was free
Case
for a
Zero.
while. Yeah.
2 and Case Zero were free because I picked those up for the 360.
Okay.
I occasionally pick up my Titanfall box and then I put it back down again. I don't even think I've looked at my Call of Duty Ghosts box in quite some time.
Okay. I looked at my Titanfall and Call of Duty boxes to move them because my Battlefield
Oh, it was underneath.
copy
It's
was under
underneath, okay.
it's under the
Gotcha.
bottom of the stack. So.
Yeah.
Oh, and Rise also.
Right.
I don't even own Rise. I don't even have to worry about that one.
Well, you can take it home with you. You can borrow it.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, yeah, it's worth playing.
Okay, yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And I played the ever-loving crap out of the Destiny beta, and I'm actually really excited for Destiny.
Yeah, if we had been able to talk to each other in Destiny, that would have been freaking awesome.
Yes, that would have made the experience
So much better.
complete.
So much better. If I'd ever... I was able to talk to my PGL teammates. I was not able to talk to my non-party teammates in Destiny.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, after the Destiny beta had ended, I wound up on their FAQ, and their FAQ listed, I can't hear my party members on the Destiny beta, and it said, stop, go back to the dashboard, quit the beta, start your party, and then join the beta. So it was a loading sequence error or something along those lines. So,
All right.
So good news
stuff.
for the future. Maybe they'll get that shit fixed. Oh,
Hopefully.
that was me. I dropped it. That was me.
Good for you. It's usually your wife.
It's true.
I was real proud of myself that I've
Yeah.
gotten this far
You've done
without
good.
messing up so far.
Knock on
Knock on.
something.
Yeah.
It's hard plastic. It's,
Yeah,
Knock on.
knock on Nagahead.
It'll do.
So yeah, for the 360, I think the last thing I played, I was working on BioShock Infinite.
Okay. Still haven't played BioShock 2.
That's okay.
You're okay.
You're all right.
Okay. I haven't played anything but the demo for BioShock 1.
That's a shame.
That's
you should fix
a
that.
shame. Maybe you should play that, but I think that you're okay. Just
Skip
leaving-
BioShock 2?
I would say, yeah, actually. Skip
Play one,
BioShock
play
2.
Infinite,
And that's...
and don't be sad.
And yeah, skip 2 altogether. He's right. Play the first one, play Infinite, and skip 2.
Okay.
2's not terrible.
There wasn't a third one? I thought
BioShock-
Infinite
no.
was the fourth.
Infinite's technically the third.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, well, okay. If you want to go way back in the day, System Shock is kind of the genetic precursor to BioShock, but System Shock was a PC game.
Sure.
It is available on Steam. So, either way you look at it, BioShock Infinite is either
Okay.
third or fourth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
skip the second
Skip
one.
the second one.
It's fun, but it's not great.
It's yeah.
Okay.
It's meh.
The first one's awesome.
It's meh.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first one's fantastic. BioShock Infinite is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And the DLC for BioShock Infinite is really enjoyable, but it will help if you play the first BioShock.
That's kind of what I was going to add into that. Exactly that, because I think you might be just a scotch. Not confused necessarily, but you'll get more out of it maybe if you've played BioShock.
If I know the story
if
of
you
the
know the
first
story
one.
from
Yes.
BioShock, yes.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
And that's about it for me.
I barely have time to play games.
Yeah,
I know.
I sympathize.
Which is why you should not waste some of your very, very precious time on BioShock 2 when the first
Okay.
and the third one are there.
Oh, see?
If
Good
you want,
pitch.
If you
Good
want the
pitch.
whole story on BioShock 2, load it up, play through the opening movie, and then take it out.
Okay.
Yep, pretty much.
or get on the internet and read a walkthrough.
Okay.
We'll save you
Wow.
hours.
Wow. All right.
Yeah. That's it. How about you, Geoff?
Destiny Beta and Battlefield 4.
Sweet.
So
Cool.
it's pretty much it. I actually had time to play yesterday. I didn't play a lot, but I played at 4 or 5 points throughout my day, like in and around doing other things. So
Got to it when you could.
yeah, but I had fun.
Good.
So I shot some people.
Good. In the
Like-
face?
No. And this is... You've played games with me, so you know this to be true. And I have always been of the opinion that shooting somebody in the junk should be a lot more effective than it is in games.
That's true.
Because you can shoot people in the junk all day long, and they won't necessarily die.
Correct.
They will kill you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're upset that you shot them in the junk.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly.
To me, like with arteries running down both legs,
Yeah.
you shoot people in the junk, it should put them on the ground at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
That should drop people pretty fast, I would
And
think.
then they would quickly bleed out.
Oh, yeah.
And if we were talking real world, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Shooting somebody in the
aside from-
junk would
Be pretty effective.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to fight anymore.
right.
I would be done. I
You're
would
like,
say you win the war.
Respawn? No thanks.
No thanks. I'm done.
That guy's gonna shoot me in the junk again.
There's a reason why his gamer tag is the cock knocker.
Exactly.
He likes to reach out and tap you.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I don't know. And I think that's why I'm able to have a relatively high accuracy with a very, very bad kill-to-death ratio.
Okay.
Because my KD ratio is like 0.57 or something like that. I'm nearly getting killed twice for every time I kill someone.
That sounds about right for me, and I
Yeah.
haven't even played Battlefield 4 yet.
They're all the same.
Oh, yeah.
They're all the same.
True.
So, actually, Titanfall even is pretty much the same for me because I mostly play as pilot.
Yeah.
I rarely get into my mech unless there's a specific reason to do so.
I don't
So.
last long into my mech, so.
Yeah.
They're a bit
It's like-
cumbersome.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
So, yeah.
That was it.
Right
That's pretty much it. I'm actually kind of excited about having played Battlefield again.
Good.
I've missed it. I don't care quite as much about Call of Duty, but I've always preferred the Battlefield games. So
Yeah, and I know I went with Call of Duty at launch because there was discussion amongst other members of our group that was what we were going to lean towards. And
Sam.
That kind of bottomed out on me, so here I am going, gee, I should pick up Battlefield 4. I'd have at least one person to occasionally never play with.
yeah,
Yeah. that
to
sums it
mostly
up.
never play
To
with.
most-
Mostly
Mostly
never
never
play with.
And I'm sure our chat wouldn't work anyways, so.
Right. Okay, is that about a show?
I think
Did you
that's
guys
I think that's a
have
show.
anything else
Got a
that
show.
you wanted to
I think
throw
that
out there?
Nope, that sums it up.
Okay, perfect.
That's it.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. Hope you like the new logo. We've got more changes coming soon-ish. Soonish.
Ish.
Changes.
Whenever life is not in the way, we will make progress.
Progress is good.
Progress is very good. So,
Always.
okay, love you. Bye.
So, okay, bye. Bye.